Daniel was known for what he stood for, not for what he stood against. And I want you guys here, this is important because in the hour of fearful conviction, like I said, people aren't going to turn to the picketer. They're not going to turn to the protesting, angry, I got an agenda, I got an issue, I got something to fix. They're not going to turn to that person. In his book, God Came Near, Max Lucado tells the story of Bob Edens. He was a man who was blind from birth. For 51 years, and I'm going to read what he said here, quote, "For 51 years, Bob Edens was blind. He couldn't see a thing. His world was a black hole of sounds and smells. He felt his way through 5 decades of darkness, and then he could see. A skilled surgeon performed a complicated operation, and for the first time in his life, Bob Edens had sight." Can you imagine that? "He found it overwhelming. He said, quote, 'I never would have dreamed that yellow is so yellow,' he exclaimed. 'I don't have the words. I'm amazed by yellow. But red is my favorite color. I just can't believe red. I can see the shape of the moon, and I like nothing better than seeing a jet plane fly across the sky, leaving a vapor trail, and of course sunrises and sunsets, and at night I look at the stars in the sky and the flashing light. You could never know how truly wonderful everything is.'" And I just close with this. Our job is to show people Jesus. That's our job. And the world is blind, and what you do, if the world only knows what you're against, then they're not going to see the one that you're for. Let me say that again. If the world only knows what you're against, they're not going to see the one that you're for. So I just close with this, and I encourage you in this, that what is it that you're known for? What do people see in you? What are you doing? Our story, it ends badly for this guy. Belshazzar, man, he rejects the Lord, and the Lord says, "You're done," and we're going to talk about that next week. But the one he turned to, and the one who, had he been willing to humble himself, could have led him out of his darkness, is the one who was being faithful in the moment. The one who wasn't picketing out front. He was the one who was being faithful to do what God had called him to do. And in his time of trial, he's the one that Belshazzar turned to. Who do people know you